Good morning, students. So, in last class, we have studied about what are the ways or what are the techniques safety browsing of web. So, today we discuss about the way of tracking your identity, how it's happened. So, whenever you visit or access a website, your web browser may reveal your location through your IP or your device's IP address. It can also provide your search and browsing history, which can be used by people like advertisers or criminals who intend to use it for some personal gains. In other words, website track you through various methods. So here today we will discuss that how many methods are to track the website or to track the identity. First is IP address, second is cookie and tracking script, third is HTTP referer, fourth is super cookies, and fifth is user agent. So let's talk about the first, which is IP address. So it is a unique address of your device when you connect to internet. When you share your IP address on network with other devices, a website can determine your geographical location. Second, cookies and tracking script. Here, cookies, as explained earlier, are the small text file on your computer stored small piece of information related to your online habits or text. These save in your history or your settings. So, they can identify you and track your browsing activities. Cookies are of two types. First is first party cookie. These cookies stores your own login ID, password and autofill information, etc. for some website that you frequently use, right? You don't have to write, you don't have to fill the information again. You just click on the save button, and after that whenever you open that website, it automatically pre-filled all the details. Second is third party. Third party cookies are cookies that website store to know about your search history and web browsing history. So as to the place advertisement as per your interest are known as third party. So you can see that when you search something on internet, so you will see the advertisement about that particular item only. So that is what third party cookie. It actually search your history, browse your history and only show those advertisement which you have already searched. So now let's talk about the third type, which is HTTP referer. It is an HTTP header field that identify the address of the web page, that is the URL, that link to the resource being requested by the user. By checking the referer, the new web page can see where the request originate and pass your details such as IP address to your mail ID, password, etc. to link those sites. So here you can see, you open Microsoft MS Edge. Here when we click on the link, the browser will send the HTTP refer to the new site. In other words, Microsoft.com will know the URL where we are coming from. So this is how it happened. Next we talk about super cookies. These are persistence cookies, that is they come even after being deleted. They store cookie data in multiple places. For example, in Flash cookies, Silverlight storage and your browsing history and the HTML5 local storage, right? So these are the places where your history browsing is saved. So these are your super cookies where if we delete something or the data from one place, so it actually save in the many places so that it can retrieve again your details. So here when you delete a part of a super cookie, this can get easily noticed by a website which can then repopulate the information deleted from some other alternate location. For example, if a user clear browser cookies and not in his Flash cookies, in such a case the website may copy the value of the Flash cookies of your browser. So this is how it's used. Next is user agent. Here user agent is your browser also send a user agent every time you connect to a website or any link you click. This tell website about your browser and operating system. Provide another piece of data that can be restored and used to target ads. So this is how user agent work. Next we talk about confidential of information. Confidential is a term used to prevent the disclosure of information to unauthorized individual or system. Data should be kept secret. The owner of the data has to decide who can access the data and who cannot. One of the most common threat to confidentially nowadays is password hacking is online money transition system. Yes, you can see there are many cases of online password money hacking. So people can just give you a call and ask for a password, and if you share your OTP or password with them, then of course they just hack your account and transfer all the money. And you can see there is a new web series also in that it's happen about it's aware about how online frauds are happen. So confidentially of our important information can be maintained by observing the following practices. First is prevent by encrypted and the data and by limited the placing when it might happen. Using firewall whenever possible. Controlling browsing settings to block tracking. Browsing privately whenever possible. Take care while posting on social media. Ensuring safe sites while entering crucial information. Ensuring that the address contain HTTPS and a padlock sign. Yes, HTTPS means the website is secure and nobody can hack your password and ID from that particular website. So always shop from that sites only who have HTTPS and a padlock sign. Carefully handle emails. Yes, do not click any of the unwanted emails and delete right away if the person you do not know the person and he or she is continually sending you the messages. Next, 9, not giving sensitive information on wireless network. Correct. Do not give any sensitive information, whether it's your OTP or your mobile connectivity or your ID card number, anything. Do not give on wireless network. And last is avoiding use of public computer. Yes, it is very much important. Just try to avoid public computers because these are the mediums where hacker can easily hack. So here all for today now. I hope you all are safe.